Hi guys, and welcome back to this journey towards excellent exam results. In these shorter revision videos, we are going to be breaking down different concepts within the GCSE geography specification. The aim of this is to help us understand the concepts better and to give us the information and confidence we need to answer exam questions. In today's video, we are going to be discussing the Lake District, a case study of an upland landscape in the UK. We will also talk about its characteristics and the physical processes that are taking place there. This information is key for the exam. Okay, let's get started. Okay, so the example of an upland landscape that we are going to look at is the Lake District here in the UK. And there are physical processes that are taking place here. And we are going to divide them into two categories. Now, the first category we are going to look at is weathering and slope processes. So weathering is the breakdown of rock. And in this case here, freeze-thaw weathering is the type of weathering that is taking place. Now, there are variations in day and night temperatures. And because of those variations, we end up with water during the day when the temperatures are above freezing. Water goes into the cracks that are in the rock. Then at night, when the temperatures drop below freezing, so below zero, that water turns to ice. Now, ice will take up 10% more space than the water, and because of that, the cracks that are in the rock are going to widen, and that rock is eventually going to break up. Now, when it breaks up, the fragments that are the result of this process are called scree, and scree is what you will find on the valley slopes in the lake and in a lot of parts of the Lake District. So on top of this, we also have slope processes that will now take place and affect those valley sides. And one of the processes is rock falls. Now we know that the rocks can be quite unstable, like the ones you can see here. All of them are different shapes and sizes, and therefore they will not sit on top of each other, in a way that does, that where they would not move, for example. So because of that instability, the rocks are likely to move down the slopes due to the pull of gravity. And then the second slope process are landslides, and these ones occur during periods of heavy rainfall. And that causes the rocks that are on the slopes to get heavier and therefore slide down the slopes. Now, the second category that we said that we'll look at here is postglacial river processes. Now, postglacial obviously here is referring to the time after the last ice age here in the UK. And now that last ice age here in the UK took place around 11,000 years ago. And at that time, the Lake District experienced glaciation, which refers to rivers of ice that are flowing down the landscape. So this led to the formation of U-shaped valleys that now have misfit rivers. Now, what that means is that we previously obviously had river valleys which are ordinarily V-shaped, but because the ice will do a lot more erosion, those V-shaped valley sides were converted or changed by the erosion that is caused by the glaciers into U-shaped valleys. Now, because they are very, very wide, and we now have rivers flowing at the bottom of them, the rivers sort of look misplaced, and that's why they are called misfit rivers. Now, during times of heavy rainfall, sometimes these rivers will burst their banks, and when they burst their banks, they will deposit alluvium in the valley bottoms, and that makes these places here in the Lake District really good for farming, because that alluvium, or that silt, if you like, forms, is rich in nutrients and therefore forms good soils for farming. That brings us to the end of this video on the Lake District. I hope that you have found the information insightful and useful. I have also put together videos on all the other subtopics within the UK Evolving Physical Landscapes unit. Two of them will pop up as suggested videos at the end of this one, and the rest will be in the UK Evolving Physical Landscapes playlist. Thanks once again for joining in this journey towards excellent exam results. All the best and see you again soon. Bye-bye.